Hello everyone. In a few weeks from now, a new batch of students is going to enter their first year here at IIT Kharagpur. Similarly, across various institutes of India, students have already either joined or are about to join various engineering streams as well as science streams. So I thought this would be a good time for me to share some of my experiences, uh, give some pointers, dispel certain misconceptions that students invariably have at this stage. I know I did back when I was a student about to enter my first year here at IIT Kharagpur, and I wished at that stage somebody would sit down with me and help to clear some of my doubts. Now that I have gained certain experiences as an engineering student, first myself, and then as a faculty member over the past few years, uh, I think I'm in a good position to share some of my experiences, and I think some of you will find it useful. And actually, I got the idea of making this video after seeing the wonderful response of so many students uh, uh, to the video that I had made as a reaction to the speaks. Uh, so if you look at the comment section, so there are a number of students about to join their first year who have written to me. So I think they'll definitely find it useful. All right. So number one point on the academic side. So the number one misconception which students invariably have is that they are going to join first year and then they are going to start learning subjects. This is not going to happen. Okay, in the semester system, you do not learn subjects. Okay, you learn courses. There's a difference between the two. So what do you do in courses? Well, in a course, what you do is to actually study the sequence, the exact sequence of topics which your professors have selected for you. They've already done this job by scrutinizing the various books and selecting and extracting only the parts which are immediately relevant for you, which are important for your professional career as well as to prepare you for your higher studies. So trust them and follow the course material which have been prepared by them. This does not mean that you should not try to learn the subject, but that will come a little bit later. Very relevant to this point is that many students think that they are going to learn a course by studying from a book. This is absolutely wrong. Okay, please do not try to study from books on your own. Rather, the trick is that from the sequence of topics which your professor has given to you and from the way that he or she is teaching to you, you first try to learn what he or she is teaching, and then only after you have gone through those parts, you go back to your book and try to study the relevant parts from that. That is the way to study. Otherwise, you see, in a semester system, you barely have 100 days or so. And I'm also including the Saturdays and Sundays here. So in these 100 days, it is simply not possible to study from books. I'll show you something. This semester, I'm teaching mechanics of solids. Of course, this is not a first year subject. This is a second year subject, but things are more or less the same. Let me show you the books. Okay. So this is one book. This is another book. And this is another book. And now you cannot see my face. So do you really think you can go through all these books? Because we give maybe one or two textbooks and then give others as reference materials. You simply cannot go through all of them. It is humanly not possible. So study only the relevant parts from the books. Next, grades. So don't let anyone mislead you into thinking that grades are not important. I know in engineering colleges especially, some of the seniors have this habit of telling their juniors that grades are not that important. It is completely wrong. Do not believe them. Okay, higher grade is always better. However, I will also say that do not fall into the rat race of just mindlessly chasing higher grades. Okay, that is kind of unhealthy. Try to maintain a respectable grade point average, and you must also understand that in reality, some things may always go sideways. Okay, they will invariably go sideways in a particular semester. So if as a result, your grade point average decreases a little bit, it does not mean the end of the world. Okay, please do not think like that. So this directly ties into the next advice that I'll give to you, is that be a little bit pragmatic in your approach. Okay, what I mean by that is that suppose in a certain semester or in a certain subject, certain things have gone sideways. Sideways means something bad has happened. Okay, maybe one test or assignment has gone bad. This does not mean that you just give up. I have seen many students do this. Okay, something goes wrong and then they just give up. This is just foolish. What you need to do if something does go wrong is to just pick up the pieces and try to do damage control. Accept the fact that something has gone wrong. Okay, be an adult about it. Accept that something has gone wrong and try to fix it. Try to do some damage control. Okay, if you just give up, it'll go from bad to worse, and that bad thing in one subject is going to start affecting your other subjects, and then everything will go bad in that semester. Okay, and you will become extremely sad, so it's a disaster. Don't let that happen. Do some damage control. All right, next point is regarding projects. So I have seen that many first year students, they are like a bundle of energy, and they try to start doing some projects, some academic projects, try to approach some professors. This is not the right approach. This is not the right approach because when you have not even completed your first year, you barely know the subjects. Okay, so the way that we follow in most of the IITs, in all the IITs rather, is that the first year curriculum is common. Okay, you only get to start learning the departmental subjects properly in the second year. So unless you have gone to the second year, studied the third semester courses, up to that point, you are not well prepared to take up a proper academic project. So have a little patience until that time comes. Okay, at the first year is not the right time for you to take up a project. Okay, there's a special tip for IITians here. You see, all of you, and this is common knowledge, but I think I'll be remiss if I don't say this. All of you have been kind of academic stars of your particular batches. Maybe it is in school, in college, in your coaching center, whatever. You have been kind of academic stars. This is going to end once you enter the IITs. You are no longer going to be the stars because it's a common sense thing, right? So all the academic stars have joined together. So everyone is a star. You are nothing special. Okay, I know it can be kind of, sad to think about it, but this is the truth. And it's a great privilege that you get to have as your peers so gifted students, so capable students. So don't take it as a negative, rather take it as a positive. But I assure you this, after all, we are all human flesh and blood. You will feel sad a little bit, okay, that you no longer have that special status which you had earlier in school. Okay, but please try to let not that affect you. Next is regarding various societies or student groups. I have seen that many students, they mindlessly chase after this goal of joining various societies or student groups. This is not correct. Okay, it is absolutely necessary for you to do some activity in your engineering or science which is not fetching you marks. It is important to do such kind of activity, but at the same time, if you try to join this, you try to join that also, you are going to spread yourself too thin. You have only a finite amount of time in your hand, finite amount of energy also. So you should not be spreading yourself too thin, such that the work that you are doing, both in your curricular activities as well as in your co-curricular activities, okay, they get affected in quality. So more than the quantity and the variety of things that you do, try to be really good, excellent in whatever little you do. That will carry far more weight. Okay. Another important thing is that you should not be shy to ask for help. Now, when I was in my first year, I was extremely introverted. Okay. I'm still introverted. I've just learned how to fake it a little bit now. So there's that. But uh, you absolutely need to ask for help when you need help. Okay, so next point is on the social side, and this is very, very important. Okay, please don't close the video just because I've stopped talking about the academic and the student group side of things. This is important. On the social side, okay, you have to start making friends. I mean, seriously good friends. Now, when I say like this, please don't think of it like some kind of a business arrangement. Okay, that is not going to work, of course. At the same time, you will never be able to have good friends if you're not proactive about it. You have to seek out friends. And let me tell you this, uh, it is good to have the kind of friends who you like to hang out with, but at the same time you also need to have friends from whom you can learn something. Okay, it is not only just the professors from whom you're going to learn, rather you are also going to learn a lot. I mean, in fact, a lot of the things from your peers, from your seniors. So try to make some very good friends. There's a very special point I would like to mention here is that when you are making these kinds of friends, try to make friends from different kinds of circles. Okay, so that your mind and your development by connection with those friends is not just one dimensional. Okay, maybe have some friends who are good in sports, maybe have some friends who are good on the cultural side of things, maybe they know how about music, about various cultural things, maybe they're good in writing or reading. uh, Maybe you'll pick up some things from them. Maybe someone is very good in electronics kind of things or in programming. Even if you don't engage in those activities yourself, you'll definitely learn some things from them. That's a valuable thing. Okay, so everything need not come into your CV. Okay, there are certain soft things which you need to pick up also. uh, Another thing is that uh, you also need to have some very, very special friends. Okay, special friends means like more than best friend, I would say. Let me give you a small example here from my own life. When I was an undergraduate student, once, I mean, I just fell ill. Okay, and fell ill like it was like a sudden illness. I mean, once I got up in the morning and then I just couldn't raise my head from the bed. So what I did was I just called up my friend who was in another hostel actually, because mind you, this was winter. There was practically no one in my own hostel. And so I just called up this friend who was in another hostel some distance away. This was very, very early in the morning in a winter. I just called him, please come. Without a single question asked, he got up and came in that morning. He didn't even ask what happened, what do you need, nothing. He just heard me saying that please come. He just came. That's it. And then he took me to the hospital, helped me out. So that's that. Okay, so you need to have that kind of special friends who can answer to your phone call at 4 a.m. without any questions asked. All right. So I'm almost at the end of my of this little advice piece. Finally, I would like to just point out one very important thing. So I've started our discussions from point number one, but since both thermodynamics and the Python programming language are important to engineering and science, as a mark of respect to both thermodynamics and Python, I will put this as number 0, and that is your health. None of the things that I have mentioned earlier is going to be of any use or any applicability to you if you do not maintain your health. Okay, I am no health expert myself, but I will tell you this, that you should eat properly and try to sleep properly. At least, I mean, even if you're having nothing special food, no new, I mean, we all know what hostel food is, but try to eat regular hours. Okay, that will, I mean, automatically take care of a lot of things if you eat regularly, even if nothing great food you're eating. And I know that engineering students and science students, they will invariably sleep at unearthly hours. Me advising you against that is not going to change anything. You will end up doing those things. But still, if possible, whatever weird hours you sleep, try to be regular even in that. So your body will have a certain mechanism in which it is comfortable. So with these pieces of advice, I'll end this video. I wish you the very, very best of luck. So all the best, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful career ahead of you. Thank you.